I've got a map, lovely Google map. So, don't know how easy it is to see. I'm just leaving the forest here. Foy's there, which is in that direction. And according to some research, the edge of the tree line is still the same, and that's where the foxholes are. So I've tried the woods on that side. That's the road to Foy. Let's try the woods on this side. Right, one pace in. Foxhole. 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 I concluded I haven't even gone more than 5 yards from the road. I was on the wrong side of the road. Now I must admit these look so big, and there's such a lack of the fir tree coat, the kind of the spines of the leaves in them, that either they are being dug by somebody or souvenir hunters are digging. Now these I don't know the collective now, but they tend to appear in groups. So there's one group as I walked in off the road, and then there's another group. This is about 50 metres. I'm not sure the significance of them lining the road though, because they're kind of parallel. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 in line with the road. Correction, they keep going. Oh. Alright, I'm cynical now. There's a half a dozen. Well, this is a classic position, right at the tree line, the modern tree line, and through this gap in the trees is the edge of Foy. I don't know if you can hear, it's just started raining. Right, I'm 50 metres or so short of the edge of the tree line again. Foy is approximately that direction. And I found a few more hollows. Again, they're a lot shallower than those ones close to the road. So the cynic in me tells me that they have been redug, because you've got one hollow there, and there's another depression there. Now, you'll have to take my word for it. Relative to the rest of the forest floor, they are hollows. There are just no other significant depressions that you can put down to natural phenomenon. So my guess is they are originals. I keep finding these groups. There's another one there. There's another hollow there. And there's a couple of bigger ones over here. They all seem to be in groups, half a dozen or so. That's quite a large depression. Right, here we go again. Very close to the edge of the forest as it is today. Some very big holes. Very few pine needles at the bottom, you note. It's amazing, after 60 years accumulation there aren't any pine needles. Similar here. So this is probably what they looked like 60 years ago, which is fair enough. There's quite a few along here. Right, now this is getting a bit ridiculous. It looks like a bit too big. Looks more like a pit than a foxhole. And you see now, obviously that's a recent addition. But as you move along here, there's a depression there. There's a depression there. There's a depression there. They look a little bit more realistic. That's the view out of one of these foxholes that are right at the tree line today. Foy is slightly to the right of that power line. As you move away from, dare I say it, the touristified? Is that a word? Anyway, the ones that have been artificially dug or recently dug, you come up and find this sort of thing. Again, this is right on the tree line, the current tree line. They just look a little bit more realistic. There's some more holes at the back here. Here's another group of what I would call original foxholes. There's one there. That's another one. And a third. With foy in that direction. And one thing I have to say is very disorientating walking around in here, and I'm not being shot at or with artillery coming in. So how you found your way around, I can see how people would have got not lost so much, but wandered the wrong way. You know, in Band of Brothers there's mention of German scouts accidentally walking through the front line by mistake. I think Americans probably would have done the same. It's a bit dark over there, can't see anything. But yeah, it's very disorientating. Just recall reading somewhere that people often come to this forest to sleep in the foxholes, to experience what it felt like to sleep outdoors in this exact area. Sort of pilgrimage, I suppose. So maybe that's why there's lots of redug foxholes. People do it so they can experience what it was like. I would be amazed if it was done by a local to encourage tourists, because what would the local gain? So a final summary. If you do want to visit E Company Foxhole area, then come along to the edge of Foy, follow the road into Foy. I'm looking at the map that I made myself, very inaccurate. Right in the middle there's the vertical line that goes to Foy up there. Come to the edge of the tree line, the green area, and go to the left. Don't go to the right. Go to the left. And there's lots to see. You've got the mixture of the, what I would call the fake holes like that, but also plenty of original holes that haven't been touched. And just so to end this this video, that's Foy, where that car's coming down that road. That's the centre of Foy. So The area defended by the Americans is on the far side, which you can't see from here. You can see some of the trees actually if you look in the distance. I might have mentioned earlier on about an electrical pylon, which is that one on the right there. So there are the trees defended. And my guess is those soldiers killed were buried in this cemetery here. This is a memorial to the Foy Cemetery, which just reading the sign, it says, "Here lies the site of the Foy American Temporary Cemetery from 1945 to 1948. It served as a temporary resting field for 2,701 Americans killed in action during the Battle of the Bulge." So it does seem appropriate, with the German cemetery actually just behind the trees over there. So this is where the men who fought in Bastogne, defending Bastogne, were buried. It seems appropriate to carry on the Bastogne story here. This is the German Recogne-Bastogne Cemetery. The thing to look at is the date of death. I've literally just walked in and I can just see the first few. So these, so we've got December 27th of December 44, 10th of January 45, 26th of December 44, 15th of January 45, 6th of January, 7th of January, 12th of January. In other words, these are the soldiers, the German soldiers, that died during the Battle of the Bulge and presumably trying to assault Bastogne.